Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the Infatuasian podcast. Hey, we are doing an end of the year episode. I haven't done one of these before. This is the first time I've done an end of the year episode. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to recap the year. Yeah, hey, and we have a guest. I don't know if you heard her, but she is calling in from Southern California, and she's our old pal, Jumi. Hey, Jumi.
Hey, Curtis.
Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's great to be back.
Let's see if I can remember anything. 오랜만이다?
Yes, 오랜만이다. 오랜만이에요.
Should I use manio or manida?
오랜만이에요.
오랜만에. Oh. But I'm your senior. Can I be informal though? Because I'm your senior.
Yes, you could say 오랜만이다.
Okay, all right. So I didn't create a cultural faux pas by saying that to you.
Yes, no.
But if it was my elder, then I'd be a
little more formal.
Okay. For those who don't know, Jumi and I have been trying to study Korean. I had a couple months of Korean classes with Jumi.
Right.
And I failed miserably, but
oh no, you didn't.
I got a little bit, but I was a terrible student. You know, teachers are the worst students, Jimmy. You should know this. The worst. So anyway, and I don't even remember how to say this, but we like to greet our guests in the Asian way. So Jumi, have you eaten yet?
Yes, I have. I have eaten.
Good.
I had keranjim, so like Korean steamed egg.
Ooh.
I added tofu to it, just to add a little bit more protein. Trying to eat healthier, more low calorie, but still keep it Asian, you know?
Yeah. Got your proteins. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I forget how to say have you eaten yet. What would you say?
밥 먹었어?
밥 먹었어?
Yeah, 밥 먹었어?
밥 먹었어? Okay, I'll get it. I'll work on it. All right, everyone, I got to make flashcards. I have to redeem myself in 2024. I got to learn at least a little bit. So just catching up with Jumi, what's new with you?
So I have been in the process of applying for grad school. I want to study East Asian studies.
It's funny, interesting. You said that our little interview back in April kind of pushed you over towards East Asian studies a little bit?
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. So we'll talk about this more later, but I helped Curtis interpret for an episode. And no, it was honestly one of the best experiences I've had like this year. Yeah, just like bridging the cultural gap, using my language skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty unique too, you know, because I don't know if I told you this, but I actually asked a bunch of friends. I have a few Korean friends, maybe half dozen or so, but most of them are American born.
I see.
Or, you know, so their English is great, but their Korean, they all said, oh, I have the Korean of like a 10-year-old, or, you know, my Korean is not that good. So they weren't willing to interpret for me because it's a different level, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because they said they'd be able to understand what the people were saying, but they wouldn't be able to put it into fluid, smooth English. But you kind of had the best of both worlds because you grew up in Korea, but you went to international school, and you've lived in America for years.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can go either way. You can go English to Korean fluently, and then back. So yeah, it is pretty. It's such a great skill, Jimmy. I'm super jealous of your language skills, and you know a little Mandarin too. You studied some Mandarin.
Yeah, like a little bit. I know a bit of Mandarin. I could survive maybe using some body language too.
Yeah. No, I think it's really fun to learn other languages, but I'm just not that good at it. But you know what I am good at? I'm good at being pretty fearless and not worried about sounding poorly.
That's an important. It
kind of helps. Yeah. So when I went to Macau or Taiwan or even the Dominican Republic, you know, like I can wing it and kind of get into it faster than maybe other people are because they're a little more self-conscious. So if I were to go to Korea for like 3 months, I think I would be able to pick up.
Yeah. I think so too.
Fearless,
I think that's the most important like thing too, just to not be afraid and say whatever. They'll correct you.
Right. Now, it wouldn't be
fine.
good, but I could communicate. Like I'm all about communication, right? This is my
Right,
this is my
right.
thing, communicating.
If you get your point across, then you've
Yeah,
achieved your
that's a win.
purpose.
Yeah, if you get the right, when you order the food, you get the right thing. That's a win.
Exactly.
All right. So, hey, we had a good 2023. We had a really fun 2023, but I wanted to run some demographics past you as well as the listeners. You want to take a guess at our top countries that listen to us. So, of course, the English-speaking ones are 1, 2, 3, I think.
Okay.
So, USA number one by far, like 80-something% is US. But after the US, what would you guess? What would you guess?
Canada?
Canada number 2. Let me check. It's either Canada or Australia. One of those two. So let's see. I'm going to pull up the all-time data. But it actually is one of the more fascinating and encouraging things about doing a podcast is to think about who in the world, literally, who in the world is listening to this podcast. And I know some people, I have friends who listen, but there's so many other people who listen who I have no idea who they are. And it's just kind of cool to think about where and who is listening to this little show. So let me pull it up. Okay, so this is, dun, dun, dun. Number one, it's loading. Number one, United States.
Ooh.
Number 2, Canada. You got it, Jumi.
Yeah, I got it.
Number 2 is Canada. Number 3, Australia. Number 4, UK. So none of those are really a surprise, right?
UK?
None of those. Yeah, we got some Brits. Welcome, Brits. Welcome Irish and Scottish. Whoever's out there. Sorry, Northern Irish and Scottish. Welcome. Welsh people, welcome. Hong Kong, number 4. Sorry, number 5.
Okay.
Singapore, number 6. But check out number 7. Netherlands.
Wow, Netherlands.
I know. Represent. So you people out there in the Netherlands, welcome.
Hello.
South Korea, number 6, I think.
yeah.
So you might have had something to do with that, Jumi. Our shows with Rolling Quartz and
Maybe.
Craxy.
I hope so.
Maybe you got us some
My
South
people.
Korean. The people of South Korea. Not a big country. What, like 50 million? Not a huge country. So yeah. Then France, because we did some episodes with our French friends.
Okay, cool.
But then it gets really interesting. This is where it starts to get fascinating because who are these people, right?
I
like
know.
the first couple ones I can kind of explain. Like we've done some collaborations with a lot of Aussies and stuff. But now we're getting into people I have no idea who these people are. So
my gosh.
India, I don't know what number.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, Japan, Malaysia, Germany, Bahrain.
Bahrain? Oh.
We have some folks in
Wow.
Bahrain listen. Thailand, Brazil, Philippines, Bermuda.
Bermuda, what?
We're not huge in Bermuda, but we have welcome Bermuda, wherever you are out there. Taiwan, Mexico, Denmark, Poland. But okay, let's go down to the bottom. The bottom gets super interesting. So if you go down to so this is like 0.01% of our audience. We have Ukraine, Croatia, Barbados, Ghana, Iran. We have a listener in Iran, Senegal. Now these are look at this percentage of my audience. It's so small. So this is probably one listener in the last 2 years. But Senegal, Slovakia, Portugal, Oman, Nepal.
International.
Really international, yeah. So this is really fun.
Israel, wow.
I have a friend. Well, I have someone I know who was in Antarctica doing research.
Oh, okay.
And I asked her to download an episode just to see if it would show up, but it didn't show up.
Oh, it didn't show up? Oh, no way.
I guess they don't have country data because I don't know what country Antarctica is because it's like an international research center.
Wow, there's Egypt, Ecuador.
Yeah. I don't even know what this is. Benin?
Yeah, I've never. Sorry to that one person, but I've never heard of Benin.
Brunei. We have Brunei, Algeria.
Wow, Virgin Islands, Honduras.
Virgin Islands. Yeah, so these are really fun.
Oh.
And I just think, I just think to myself, who are these people? How did they find us? Because I don't know who these people are. Maldives.
Right.
Azerbaijan. Like some of these places I've never heard of. I got listeners in Iceland.
Iceland.
Qatar. Yeah. Hello, Iceland. I want to do an interview with what's her name? Leve. Leve is an half Icelandic, half Chinese singer.
Oh, wow.
So maybe she's listening. If anyone in Iceland knows Leve, send her our way. I really want to interview Kazakhstan. So anyways, pretty fascinating, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow. So international.
All right. You want to know more about these people who are listening?
Yes, I do.
All right. Check this out. This is from Spotify. So this isn't a huge part of our audience, but Spotify does this really cool thing about breaking it down by gender and stuff.
Wow.
So take a look at this. We are 53% of our audience is female.
Oh, a lot of female listeners.
All right. Yeah. Maybe my topics like K-dramas are a little more female centric. Maybe
makes
K-pop.
sense.
Yeah. A lot of my guests are female. So that makes sense. 53%, but you want to guess their ages, Jumi.
Oh, ages.
How old do you think these listeners are?
I'll say...
Knowing that I am old, I'm 50-something. I'm 52.
Okay, maybe like 30s.
30s? Split the difference between you and me. All right. We are looking at... So the biggest chunk of our... Well, we have two big ones in a way. We have 28 to 34.
Okay.
Is kind of our sweet spot, and then my generation, 45 to 59. So these are probably my friends. These people, the 26% of the audience is between 45 and 59. These are probably people I know.
Yeah.
But then the rest of the audience tends to be younger than me, but older than you, I think. So this is, and advertisers actually, they love this demographic because these are working women, these are working men, these are people with jobs. So any sponsors out there, if you want to sponsor us, we are available. But yeah, a lot more female in that age bracket too. In the 28 to 34 age bracket, 63% female. So yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah. Wow.
We have 2.5% of the audience is over 60. Hey, all you boomers out there, thank you for listening. The age range is from 60 to 150.
Wow. What's the gender ratio for that?
It is 74% female. It's probably my mom. It's probably my mom. To be honest, it's probably my mom and my aunts that are in that demographic. But yeah, so you're well, are you in this one? You're in this one, right?
Yes, I'm in that one.
So yeah, 12% young people, but heavily female, 60% female.
Wow, a lot of females.
So you might have some fans, Jumi, your friends.
Oh, welcome, my fans.
Welcome, fans. But yeah, it's similar. The first four are kind of similar for Spotify, but these aren't big numbers because Spotify is not my number one. But yeah, it's a little bit different, but kind of the same. Interesting though, right?
Isn't no, this is fun.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, sometimes I don't necessarily get discouraged, but there's times when I think about, I'm doing this for free. No one's paying me to do this. What am I doing with my time? Sometimes it's like a Saturday night and I'm, editing a podcast and I think, well, what am I doing? But then I look at these numbers and I kind of get encouraged. I kind of think, for that one person in Brunei, my one Icelandic listener out there,
Yes.
It's worth it. It's worth it for them.
So much
My
help.
5 Korean listeners, I don't know.
We'll have more next year.
Yeah, maybe more next year. It is going up. We're not viral. No one is swiping to find podcasts, I don't think. I think you kind of know about it. So audience out there, help me out. It's all word of mouth, I think. Mostly word of mouth. Once in a while, I'll pop up on someone's Instagram feed. But I think the solid listeners, the ones who come back week after week, tend to be people that, want to be here. They're not finding us by accident. They're kind of finding us. Yeah, they're committed. So word of mouth out there, everyone. Help me out. I have 0 advertising budget, so you are my advertisers. Be my influencers. Go out there in the street and hand out cards.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's new. Also, I showed you our new logo. Did you like our new logo?
Oh, yes, I did. I do like it.
You said it looked a little younger and hipper.
Yeah, it looks younger, more, I don't know, friendly, more Gen Z, millennial, like that kind of vibe.
So we're still working. I'm still tweaking it a little, but hopefully in the new year, 2024, we'll drop the new logo. It's not really a rebrand because we're still an Infatuation Podcast.
Right.
But maybe a little fresher look, because honestly, the logo I'm using now was just like, I just whipped it up in 5 minutes on Canva.
Oh, wow. That's pretty impressive still.
Well, I just wanted to put something there to hold the place, like a placeholder. And I was thinking, okay, well, when I get more time, I'll change it. But it's been 2.5 years. So soon, new logo coming soon. All right, well, let's talk 2023. So we had a great year for our podcast. I think it was a good year of growth. For me as a podcaster, I think I learned a lot and met some great people. Almost too many to mention, but you guys can go back, audience out there, you can go back and look in the archives. Maybe there's 1 or 2 episodes that you missed, so go back and check that out. But I wanted to do something kind of fun. I wanted to look at the data and figure out what our top 5 episodes were for the year. Now, this is going to be, just a little bit slanted towards the earlier episodes because, if an episode came out in March, there's obviously more time to get listens. But I think this is pretty good pattern. So I'm going to do the top 5 episodes. And full disclosure, I don't know if Jumi's listened to any of these or not, but we'll talk about them anyway. All right, so number 5, coming in at number 5 with quite a few listens. This was a popular episode, because of the topic.
Oh, okay.
It was our Valentine's special, and it was on dating.
Ooh, yes.
So we did, fun topic. We did. So what I did is I interviewed people for like the last 6 months of the year, and I got their answers on different dating questions.
Oh, okay.
And so then I compiled them into one little soundbite. So we got about, I think probably about 10 people to comment on different dating questions. And then I had our friend Teddy, Rox, and Jules, people that I've collabed with before. They came on to kind of listen to it live and then respond to it. And it was really fun. It's a really fun episode. Everyone out there, I hope you listen to it. It's a little risque. We had some guests who like to use a few bad words here and there. But I think it was really fun. It was relatively wholesome. We're not trying to be that cool, Jumi. Like, we don't. we're not really going after the Gen G. Yeah, there are other podcasts if you want to hear that stuff. But ours was pretty wholesome, and it was really fun, and it was pretty popular. We called it 15 First Dates. So I interviewed like 15 people, and we got their answers. How do you guys feel? Would you be okay with either way? Splitting, he pays, you pay, does it matter?
I do the thing where, like, if I don't like you, we'll split. And then if I like you, you can pay my way.
Yeah. But usually the guy offers.
Okay, so it's a trap. It's my trap. Do you offer? You have to offer.
How about you, Rox?
I've had different situations, I guess. I always, even if it's first date, I think I still offer. But in my mind, I'm like assuming they're paying, I'm like,
yes.
But if I offer and you say sure, then that says something, right? So I'm doing a test. I'm doing a test. And then, but if they just say, oh, no, I've got this, then great. Like, that's good. Especially for a first and second date. I like that answer as well. Like first few dates, you're showing that, what do you call it? That intention?
Chivalry.
Yeah.
It was a popular topic, so I think people like to hear dating stories. So
always
I won't put you on the spot, but dating stories are fun, right?
Yes.
All right. And then number 4 episode was another first for us. So this year had a lot of firsts, like the first time doing stuff. And what we did was we actually went on location to a K-pop store that I met through Rolling Quartz because they did their fan sign there.
Oh,
so the store is called Sarang Hello. It's on Terravel in San Francisco at 31st, I believe. It's pretty much the only K-pop store in San Francisco.
Oh,
and
really?
So we went after hours. They close at, I think 5 or 6. So we gathered people around 7 o'clock. And we sat around and we had about 20 to 30 people in the audience. We had a live studio audience. And we were talking about Twice, because Twice was coming to Oakland in June. So we talked about the history of the band Twice, the girl group Twice, as well as just kind of our biases, our favorite songs. Do you like Twice? Are you a
I do
once?
listen to their more popular songs. Yeah.
Very listenable. It's not. I don't want to say it's not great music, but it's just fun music. It's like pop
it's really
music.
catchy. Yeah.
Catchy. Yeah, that's a good word for it. And so my wife and my kids, we went to go see Twice in Oakland. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was their first big concert. And you know what? Do you go to K-pop concerts?
I've been.
Yeah. How much would you spend?
It depends on how invested I am with the artist,
Yeah. So I didn't spend that much because I wasn't super invested. So we went upper level.
Okay.
Which was fine because they had the big screens. They had the giant screens.
Yeah, they
so
like
you could
zoom in.
see everything. Yeah. But I think if I want to go again to a concert, I think I want to pay more. I think I want to get closer.
Yeah. I actually went to the Blackpink concert a couple of months ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was on the second floor, so I did think the same thing too. Next time I want to pay more and be like closer to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a different
you're not going
experience.
every week, right? You're not going that often.
Yeah, exactly. Might as well,
Yeah, YOLO, right? So I don't know. But there's 4 of us, so that could have been really expensive. But the memories for the memories. So if it's someone I really want to see, I think I would spend a little more. Maybe leave the kids at home. Leave the kids at home. Just go by myself.
Yeah.
But you know what you could do is last minute. Sometimes they have tickets available last minute, and they reduce the prices because they're kind of like, well, if we sell it for half price, it's still better than zero. So some of our friends did that. They kind of went last minute, like literally after the show started. The show started at 7, and they went on StubHub like at 7:15.
Oh my gosh!
And they're in the parking lot, and people are willing to sell it for anything at that point, right? They're just kind of like, I gotta get rid of these.
Yeah.
So with digital tickets now, you just transfer them over. So they got tickets last minute, really good seats for like the same price that I paid, but they were like way up there. So you take your chances though. You might get nothing,
Right.
But anyway, so that was our show, and Twice is really, really fun. Live studio audience is fun, but I get really amped up. I start talking really fast, and I start sweating, but it is fun. It's really, really pretty cool. What Twice song would you pop in for a workout, Kev?
Feel Special.
I think, I was going to say.
I work out to that song.
Yeah. It's just,
the Feels is also very good
yeah,
too.
they both have a bop. Yeah, for sure.
Fancy as well, yeah.
No, the speed of it and just the rhythm of it is good for working out. Yeah. Cheska, what do you think?
Nothing gets me going like Likey or Heart Shaker or TT. Like that would energize me.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let me ask the second question, which is kind of similar. But let's say you're driving, you're kind of falling asleep at the wheel. What song would you want to pop in to wake you up, get you singing, get you dancing behind the steering wheel? Fancy.
What is love?
What is love? Yeah. Heart shaker.
What do you think?
You know what song gets me for some reason is Breakthrough. I don't know why. It's just something about it. Just watching the videos, like kind of a marching. It's kind of a
Breakthrough's great. I think that's the song that really got you into Twice.
Ua is also a good one for me, at least.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite songs too.
Kind of underrated, a little bit underrated.
Yeah, the debut song. Yeah.
We got to get you to one of our live shows, Jimmy. We've done 2 now. We've done one about Twice. We did one for Blackpink.
Oh, I see.
But the next time you're in the Bay Area, you have to time it with one of our.
I will let you know.
We've actually never met. Audience, Jumi and I have never met in person.
Oh, yeah.
So I have no idea.
I just realized, we've never met in person.
From your pictures, I think I'm taller than you.
Yeah, I'm 5'2", so it's easy to be taller than me.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not tall, but I am taller than you.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to take a picture. We need a picture for the Instagram. But anyway, one of these days, Jimmy, either I'll come down to you.
Yes, please.
Or you come up. Like you may go to grad school up here, right? You're applying to some Bay Area schools, so.
Yes, but I do want to stay in SoCal. So.
I know. You got family down there, yeah. Right. But we'll see. We'll meet up one of these days. So one of these days, Jimmy, we'll meet up.
Yes, for sure. We'll make it happen.
All right. And we'll do an episode. We may as well do an episode. If we're going to meet, we may as well.
Right, yeah.
Maybe we'll do a K-Town episode or
Ooh,
something.
that would be fun. Yes,
That would be
I would love to
fun.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. 2024 is a long time, so we got a lot of time to do episodes. I got a place to stay. My sister's in LA, so I have a place to stay.
Oh, awesome.
So we can meet up. Yeah. All right. Moving on to number 3 episode. So these are the top 3 episodes of the year. And this one was not that long ago. This one was only in October, I believe. And so it's only had like 2 months to gain listens, but it's already number 3 for the year. So number 3 is another topic you might know something about. This is our K-drama episode.
Ooh.
So yeah, we have a lot of Korean topics. So K-drama episode, we do like this draft. Have you ever heard of a fantasy football draft?
Right. Yes, I have.
Yes. So you make picks and it snakes around. So we did it with our good friend Jess. She is a podcaster who does the Daebak K Rambles podcast. And my usual friends, Jennifer and Nadira, came on as well. We made our picks this year, and it was really, really fun, and we had a good time, and the episode's popular. It turns out that people like to watch K-dramas.
Turns out.
And listen to podcasts about K-dramas, because I think sometimes you want to talk to someone about it, or at least hear,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know,
Reflect
and maybe
together. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I picked Little Women last time. I liked that drama as well. The last time we did it with the amazing Kim Go-eun.
Are we doing honorable mentions right now?
Yeah, I'm doing honorable mentions. Did you not notice?
No.
Okay, relax. We're here. Okay. So is that it for your honorable mentions?
That's it for me.
Oh, okay. I got Squid Game, Coffee Prince, Yumi Cells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I almost picked Yumi Cells. I also was thinking about Touch Your Heart.
My honorable is Cheese in the Trap.
No, whoa.
Get out. Leave her now.
Worst drama, but
oh my God.
It still has Kim Go-eun.
I know. I was like, trigger warning.
I'm in Jennifer's corner. I didn't hate Cheese in the Trap.
Okay. My last pick, if desperation pick would have been Tale of the Nine-Tailed. If I had to. If you backed me in a corner, that's what I would have gone with.
Jess,
Gotcha.
which one? Cheese in the Trap or Tale of the Nine-Tailed?
I haven't seen Tale of the Nine-Tailed, so I'll choose that one versus Cheese in the Trap.
Oh. Sight unseen.
Sight unseen, I'll choose that one.
So yeah, we had a pretty good listenership for that. In fact, I think if I only did K-dramas, I think the podcast would be more popular.
Oh, you think so?
Because it'd be, the audience is very niche. It's like,
right, yeah.
It's set, but the way it is now, like I change topics so often that, if people love K-dramas, they may not listen to any other shows that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But
listen to the ones that are.
Yeah. But I think I would get bored. I don't think I like what Jess does these crazy episodes where she does a whole series in 1 week. So she'll say, okay, this week we're doing Goblin.
Oh, okay.
This week we're doing Reply 1988. So she'll do the whole 16, 20 episodes in 1 week. It's so much. Yeah. I've done some collabs with her where I did that, but yeah, she's pretty hardcore. Like she will watch a whole drama in 1 week.
I see. So is it like a recap, like analysis kind of?
Yeah. Okay, recap analysis. But it's popular. Her format is really popular because, if you have a drama that you really want to see, that's the way to do it.
I see.
But I couldn't do that. There's no way I can force it'd be like homework. It'd feel like homework,
Right,
watching.
like you need to actually study.
And if you don't like the drama, you're like forcing yourself to watch 20 hours
for
of
the content.
We'll talk about K-dramas later, but yeah, popular topic. Always a good time. We do this every year. This is our 3rd annual K-drama draft. So, so typically very popular. So number 3 is K-drama one. All right, number 2 is kind of a surprise because the topic is a little bit more specific. And maybe it did well because these people told their friends to listen. So these are actually friends of mine. This is a former student of mine, Wilson, and his partner Stephanie. And they came on, and they just turned 30, so a little older than you. Mm-hmm. But they've already got $1 million in assets. They have real estate. They have a real estate portfolio. They own an apartment building with partners. They own an Airbnb.
Oh my!
They have all these things. You know, they're kind of like they're hustlers. They're like really. This is their hobby. This is their joy. They like to invest money and do it.
Wow! Yeah.
Yeah. It's not my thing. You know, to be honest, I'm not like I don't know if think is the right word. I don't really think about money. Like I just expect a paycheck to be there. I go to work, I expect a paycheck, but I don't really think about money. Not like they do. Like they're always planning, they're always getting ahead.
It's so hardcore.
Very impressive. Yeah, very, very impressive with their knowledge. Yeah, and they said their goal is not to be mega rich or anything, but their goal is financial independence where they don't have to work. They can spend time with their family.
Yeah.
You know, when you have rental income, you just kind of sit back and take care of your properties, but you know, you're not working the same way in a 9-to-5 job. So
wow, that's really impressive.
Really impressive, right? Wow. So so take a listen to that one if you're out there and you're interested. Like the Airbnb thing is interesting. Like that's a lot of work. That one actually is a lot of work. And they don't buy in California because the prices are too high. So they buy mostly in Texas.
Oh wow, that's a strategy. Yeah.
But they have a team. Moves. They have a really good team.
Okay.
So they have a real estate agent there. They have a property manager there. So yeah. So anyway, so take a listen to that episode. It's kind of fascinating.
I should listen to it. Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, are there really great things about Airbnb hosting? Is there any downsides to Airbnb hosting?
Definitely both pluses and very big downsides too. I would say that the biggest win and also the downside is the hospitality factor. Yeah. I think that, how it's a positive is that, you're really able to create that experience and that unique, fun gathering space for families and really give them a place to build memories.
Because like for our like duplexes and apartments, it's like, for us it's rewarding because they have a place to live, right? We're providing shelter. We're like, I like to think we're good landlords, so we fix everything. We're very responsive and like we're reasonable with our rents. Versus when you go Airbnb, it's completely different. It's you're not just giving them a place to live. They're creating good memories there.
Yeah, number 2 episode. So it may be a combination of the topic is really interesting. And the guests were very interested too. So it was really fun. And he's a former student of mine. And so, it's kind of neat to see him. He's a physician's assistant by day, but he leads these seminars for people who are coming out of health science school. So he's a really cool guy. So Wilson and Stephanie, episode number 2. All right. So that brings us to episode number 1, which is the biggest episode by a lot. Like it wasn't even close. Like almost.
Which one?
Wonder why you're sitting here, Jimmy.
Yeah, wonder why.
This is an episode that was in April, and I'll go ahead and spill the beans. If you guys haven't guessed yet, it is our Rolling Quartz interview. Ooh. Rolling Quartz is a Korean rock band from South Korea. They toured America, so they're coming to America in May. Was it May or April? Anyway, they came to America, and so a few weeks before that, I reached out to them just via email. I send emails all the time, and you never know if anyone reads these things, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you get you don't get a receipt that says it's been seen or read or anything. So I just send it to just the generic email address that's on their YouTube account. So it's not even like I had no idea if this was going to go through or not. And it went through, and their general manager, Han Jung-wook, emailed back, said, sure, we'll do it. And I was like, what? And then he also said, but the girls don't speak Korean that well, so you need an interpreter.
Oh.
And I was super full of confidence, and I said, no problem. I will get an interpreter. And then at that point, then the panic set in because we scheduled this for maybe 2 weeks after this email came in.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, okay, I need to find an interpreter in the next 2 weeks. So I called up or I messaged all my Korean friends. They either had work, they didn't speak Korean that well, they didn't speak English that well. It was a stretch. It was going to be hard. I was like, come on, I need someone. At one point I was like, should I hire someone off of like some translating service? But instead of that, I went to good old Craigslist.
Yes, Craig.
And I searched up Korean tutors, people that tutor on Craigslist for money. And I found this person named Jumi, and I messaged her and I said, hey, do you remember this at all?
I do
I was
remember.
like, hey, would you help me do some interpretation? And you thought what? When I messaged you,
I thought you wanted to interview to get into a Korean girls rock band, but your name was Curtis. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I can see how that might happen, but how is he going to interview for a rock band if he doesn't speak any Korean?
Yeah,
doesn't seem very realistic, but I'm here for the money, so.
You're here for the job. Yes, you were like, I'll take your money, sure.
Yeah.
Well, at first, I think you thought I spoke a little Korean because you were kind of like, how many hours do you think this will take? And I was like, oh, it'll probably be, less than 2 hours.
Yeah, and then I was even more confused, like,
because you're like, wait a minute, you said you don't speak at all.
To, like, stop talking to this guy. Like, I don't know if it's possible.
You don't
and
know. And
also, I had only made that post like 2-3 days before you contacted me. So you're like one of the first people to contact me and actually, like take things further and do something.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, so this was, but you came through, man, because I had nothing. I had 0 options. Mm-hmm. I messaged some other tutors and they were like, no, I don't do that.
Oh,
because they were
really?
like, yeah, okay. They were like, no, I don't do that. I went on Fiverr. You ever go on Fiverr? It's
no,
like,
I have not.
It's just like you can pay someone to do your graphic design, or you could pay someone to edit your podcast or whatever. And so there are translation services. Now, translation is writing. And so they were like, oh yeah, send me a text and I'll translate to Korean. But I said, oh, can you do live interpretation? And they're like, no, I don't do that. I do written translation. So that was a no-go. Man. So I was down to one hope, and my one hope was this kid named Jumi. And we met on Zoom, and you finally realized that I was not going to be doing the Korean.
Right.
You were going to do the Korean.
Then
speaking.
it all made sense. Like, oh, you like, want me to interpret because you are interviewing them, not the other way around. You're not auditioning to be part of a Korean all-girls rock band.
I would love to be in Rolling Quartz, but there's a couple, like 1, I'm not very musical, and 2, I don't speak Korean, and 3, I don't think they take guys. So that wasn't going to happen. So you came on and we met on Zoom for like half an hour. Yep. And you made it sound like you were going to do it. You made it sound like you were going to be good at this. And I was just hoping that you were good at this because I had no idea. You could have frozen up and say, actually, my Korean's not that good. Because how would I know, right? What if
you would not know until they came
What if you actually, I don't really speak Korean. I was catfishing or whatever. What if you showed up and you were actually not that fluent? Yeah, no, but you were great. Interview went, there's so many things that could have gone wrong with that interview.
Yeah.
And to start out, we had some audio issues.
Right.
We couldn't even hear them at first. And I was like, oh man, there's so many things that can go wrong. Because I was afraid if things got lost in translation in my emails, I wasn't sure if they were comfortable or what. But man, I think everything went so well, like better than I could have thought. Yeah. They performed for us live.
Right.
Then they just walked from the stage. That's so cool, right? They just put down their instruments, walked over and sat down and started the interview. Like, how cool is that? Like that.
Exactly.
They're just good. And they were friendly and they laughed at my jokes. Jumi, they laughed at my jokes.
Yeah,
which
they did. They certainly
sometimes
did.
my jokes don't go well and I have to edit them out because no one's laughing at my jokes. But they actually liked my jokes. They were funny. They were, they had good answers. I felt like they were comfortable. They seemed very comfortable.
Yeah.
Even though we were pretty nervous.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, we were
nervous,
but
we were nervous. Irie, when the 5 of you got together, was it really easy to become friends or did it take a while for you to get comfortable with each other?
롤링걸스도 그렇고 로즈쿼트도 그렇고 좀 서로 서식하던 환경이 달랐었어가지고 그래서 쓰던 음악 용어도 조금씩 달라서 처음에는 조금 헷갈리고 어색했었는데 이제는 아주 완벽히 적응이 됐습니다.
She says that the two groups were actually kind of in like different fears where they performed or like where they were in like the sphere of music. It didn't overlap that much in the beginning. But and they also would use like different musical terms for like the same thing. So there definitely was an adjustment period, but they're so happy together now, and yeah, they get along really well.
Yeah, we're happy too. I'm still shocked, and it was like you said, one of the best nights of the year, I think, for us. It was like 7:00 our time, and after it was over, I just remember thinking, did that really just, I was like, did I hit record? I was like so nervous I messed up somehow.
Right. Yeah.
But everything worked out, and we even made a video. You can go watch it on YouTube.
Yes.
You can see Jumi, and literally Jumi and I just met that night. I mean, we had met one Zoom call before, but we basically didn't know each other at all.
Right.
But it was working. I think that, my questions, and you were translating, interpreting, they were answering, you were interpreting back. Mm-hmm. It could have gone so wrong, but you did really well. Like, you've done this before? You've done a little interpreting before?
Like kind of casually, but this was like my first like actual gig.
Not on the radio. Yeah, this was pretty formal. But
Yeah,
I think you did great. I think, I'm still making the case that you should go on tour with them. I think you'd be great because
if you're listening, Rolling Quartz manager
Han,
hit me
because I mean, let's be honest, you're not that expensive. I mean, I think you could charge more if you wanted to, but you're still kind of a kid, right?
I'm just here to have some fun, and
rock and roll lifestyle. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Great concerts.
So if they come to America again, well, they are going to Europe. They're going to Europe in January.
Right.
So since you haven't gotten a call yet, I don't think they're going to bring you to Europe.
Probably not.
if they come to LA, they would be foolish not to have you up on stage, right? Because when they came to concert, they didn't talk that much because of the English, I think.
Oh, I see.
So they just introduced themselves and said like one or two lines that they kind of memorized. Like they were really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Jaeyoung can speak English a little bit. Like she can work the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, she could speak.
But like longer answers are hard for them. But that would be fun. I think it'd be really fun for them to interact with the crowd more.
Yeah, Manager Han, if you're listening, I'm here. I'm available.
We threw it out there. He seemed to be open to the idea. Yeah, affordable. You're in the age demographic, you're kind of the same age as the
young,
band.
I'm Korean.
Yeah, you're a girl.
Mm-hmm.
You can play keyboard. You could get up there and play keyboard, Jimmy. They can get a keyboardist for free and interpretation. But anyway, I don't know how many of you out there listen to it, but the episode was popular because I put it on. What really helped was they tweeted it out. So Manager Han, I think, tweeted out our episode, posted us on Instagram, and then so their audience found us, which was cool. I don't know. Some of my audience did see it, and they went to the concert, and that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you I got recognized?
Oh, like during the concert?
Yeah. Did I tell you that story?
Maybe you did. I don't recall.
So I went to the concert, right? And there's this guy. I forget what his name was. He was really loud. He's an older Filipino guy.
Okay.
But he was in leather jacket, bandana, rock and roll.
Oof,
right?
Okay.
And he saw me walk in. He goes, "Hey, are you Curtis the podcaster?" And I said, "Why, yes, I am." He goes, "Oh, I loved your interview.
Oh, you're
Here,
famous."
come with, well, yeah, one person. But he said, "Come with me up front." So we went up front, and I didn't know he was going to do this. He goes, "Yeah, come with me up front." So we went up front, and then when we were up front, he starts yelling at the band. He goes, "Hey, Irie, this is Curtis. I found Curtis." And I'm just kind of like, "Hi." He was so awkward. I didn't know he was going to use me like that. I thought he was just, a fan of the podcast, but he was like saying, "Hey, look over here. I got Curtis with me." And so the band kind of looked over and they're like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, my name is this too." And they're like, "Hi." And I was just kind of like, oh my gosh. Oh, well, you know what? The price of fame, Jimmy. The price of fame.
The price of fame.
Oh man, but that was super fun. Yeah, it was super fun to meet them. And I told you, I panicked when I met them. I had nothing to say. All I said was the weather and, are you tired? And then I ran away. But if we ever do another interview, we hinted that if they come back to America, we'll do another interview.
Yeah.
So we got to come up with some new questions, some deeper questions.
Yes.
But yeah, they're doing well. They had a new single. This new single did really well. On YouTube is over 2 million views in like 2 months.
Wow.
And then they did a cover. I'm going to botch it, but they did a cover of a really famous Korean song from like the 70s, a rock legend.
Yes.
And they did a cover of that, and it sounds really good. Maybe I'll message manager Han, see if I can play some of it here for the audience to hear. They have a new single called Fearless, and let me look up there. I don't want to blunder this. All right, let me look up their other cover. Okay, it was Reminiscence.
Oh, Reminiscence. Okay.
By Sanulim.
Oh, Sanulim.
Sanulim 50th anniversary remake.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, yeah, go check that out, everyone. Maybe I'll be able to play a little bit here. I'll check with them to see if it's okay if I play a little bit.
마음은 알고 나는 그곳에 서서 조금도 움직일 수 없었지 마치 얼어버린 사람처럼 나는 올라서 있던 거지 달빛이 숨어 흐느끼고 있네 떠나버릴까 사람
But yeah, so they're doing well. They're going to Europe. I think they're coming out with some more new songs, and then I think when they do, they'll come back to the States. So yeah, so hopefully we'll be the official podcast of Rolling Quartz in America. So hopefully, I think they were really comfortable with us. I think they liked us.
I think so too.
I've seen other interviews in English, and it's not as comfortable. I think because they don't know the language, and so they were happy to have you there, Jimmy. They were like, you saw it on their face, right? When I said, "Do you guys need the English? Do you need the Korean?" And they're like, "Yes, we need the Korean." So they were really happy.
Happy to be useful.
No, that's a good feeling, right? All right. So there's many more episodes. Obviously, we had like 50 episodes last year. So shout out to some actors. It was kind of a down year for actors because of the strike. So I didn't interview that many actors this year. But Perry Young from Warrior came on. We had Amy Park from Alaska Daily come on. Trying to line up some more actors for next year. So stay tuned, everyone. We had some good cooking shows. We had Lon Lam from Test Kitchen. We did some good collabs. We did Asian athletes ranking. We ranked the Asian athletes, and one of the guys we ranked was Shohei Ohtani, who just got a $700 million contract. So we had some really fun episodes, good collabs. So thanks for being a part of it, Jimmy. You've done like 3 episodes with me now.
Thank you. It's so good to be back. Feels like home now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hear more.
We're still trying to get a big K-pop. Not that the bands we did were fun, like Craxy, Rolling Quartz, Manager, Han Jung-wook. Those are all super fun, but one of these days,
yes,
we got to get someone who is like,
we'll make it happen.
We're gonna manifest this. I don't know how. Anyone else you went to high school with, Jimmy? You're holding back. Anyone else you haven't told me that you know? Do you know any BTS guys? Do you know any aespa members?
I wish.
Personally, did you go to high school with ITZY or anything?
I wish. Maybe I'll try to be famous myself. So then when I contact them, they'll be like, oh, a show with you? Yes. And Curtis? Yes.
No, but see, when you get famous, I'll be like, hey, Jimmy, remember me? You're like, who? What?
Curtis
do I know
who?
you? Curtis who? Infatuation what? Yeah, no, you would never do that to us.
I would never do that.
We're like day one for you. We're like your first podcast.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So you never forget your day one friends, right?
Never forget my roots.
All right, but I do hope you make it big so that we can get some bigger guests.
Yes.
So East Asian Studies, somehow become a celebrity East Asian Studies person. Like somehow write a book, write a movie, write a drama or something.
Right.
All right. Well, this is fun, Jimmy. It's always fun catching up with you. We'll do it again. We'll stay tuned, everyone. More episodes in 2024 with Jumi, I hope.
Yes.
Maybe she'll be on the road with Rolling Quartz. We'll do a live update
Fingers
when
crossed.
you're in Chicago with the band, from the stage. Give us a live update. That'd be super fun. But all right, everyone out there. Thanks so much for listening. Of course, those of you who are in these places that we mentioned, write us. If you're in the Netherlands, if you're in South Korea, if you're in Brunei, Ukraine, write to us. If you're in Ukraine and somehow we bring joy to your life, let us know. You can write to us at infatuationpodcast@gmail.com. It is free. I will not sell your email information. I will not send you spam. I will not sell your information. Just write to us so we know who you are, so that we can say, oh, I found out who my listener in Bermuda is. Like that would be great. Mm-hmm. So please write to us. You can follow us on Instagram or Facebook at Infatuation Podcast. We'll put all these details in the show notes. Go back and listen to any of the episodes that you missed, please, and tell other people. That's our form of advertising. Tell other people to listen to us. Stay tuned for a new logo coming out soon. That'll be exciting. Ooh. And so look for us wherever you get your podcasts. You know where to find us. Give us a 5-star review if you can on Spotify or Apple, whatever you can do to help us. That would be fantastic. So let's see. Anything else we want to say, Jimmy? Just Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes, all that.
all that and
Happy
more.
Everything.
Happy solstice. Is there a end of the year tradition in South Korea at all? Is there New Year's?
There's a New Year's tradition, but not an end of the year tradition.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, in Chinese culture, when it gets to be solstice, you make dumplings.
Oh.
Do you guys do anything for like December 20th or?
No, not for December 20th. I don't think.
Okay. Well, everyone out there, if you're making dumplings as we speak, let us know. Send us some pictures of your dumplings that you're making on the solstice. But okay, so until we speak to you again, we hope that you're all doing great out there. We hope you're happy, healthy, and safe. And thank you all for listening. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.